There are people in this world who don't walk the beaten path. Souls that radiate an inexplicable light, strength, and a deep well of resilience. They weren't put here to blend in. They're destined to stand out. They aren't bound by society's expectations, but by a higher calling, a divine purpose that compels them to awaken others, to shield the innocent, and to elevate humanity as a whole. These individuals are the chosen ones, those marked by a special divine energy, handpicked by the universe, by God, by fate itself, to fulfill a mission that goes far beyond the ordinary. They're often misunderstood, attacked, envied, and even betrayed by those closest to them. And yet, they always find a way to rise above it all. They're not just getting lucky breaks. They're protected by something much bigger than themselves. If you've ever been mistreated, betrayed, or consistently underestimated despite having the purest of intentions, you just might be one of them. And let me tell you, to those who mess with the chosen one, the universe doesn't stay silent. Today, we're going to delve into 9 significant things that will happen to anyone who dares to cross paths negatively with a chosen one. Consider this video a warning, a revelation, and a potent lesson all rolled into one. A call to action and divine connection. Before we dive in, if this message resonated with you at a moment when you desperately needed it, whether you recognize yourself as a chosen one or simply connect with this energy, type 111 in the comments section to activate divine blessings in your life. That number is no accident. It's a sign of alignment, a signal of awakening, and a validation of your purpose. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to this channel for more empowering spiritual and life-transforming content just like this. Now let's get started. 1. They will experience sudden misfortunes. Messing with a chosen one isn't just a thoughtless act. It's a direct affront to the natural flow of divine energy. A chosen one travels a path that is carefully guided, fiercely guarded, and abundantly supported by forces far beyond human comprehension. These individuals aren't ordinary, not by a long shot. They carry a unique frequency that resonates with truth, healing, and a higher purpose. So when someone tries to harm or deceive them, whether it's emotionally, mentally, spiritually, or even physically, they aren't simply attacking a person. They're disrupting a delicate and sacred balance. The universe has a remarkable way of course correcting, and this correction often manifests as a series of sudden misfortunes that seem to materialize out of thin air. Deals that once seemed rock solid suddenly fall apart. Relationships that were once filled with love turn bitter or even toxic. Financial stability starts to crumble before their eyes. Physical and emotional health might inexplicably deteriorate. It's not about revenge. It's simply the law of cause and effect in action. The energy one sends out, especially towards someone who is spiritually aligned, always finds its way back. Chosen ones are like mirrors. Harming them only reflects that harm back onto the sender, but with amplified intensity. The universe doesn't ignore these transgressions. It responds swiftly and with unwavering justice. Those who interfere with a chosen one's journey are unknowingly signing up for a whole lot of chaos because divine protection never sleeps. 2. Their secrets will be exposed. You can lie to a lot of people and even get away with it for a while. But when someone tries to deceive or manipulate a chosen one, the truth inevitably finds its way to the surface. Why is that? Because chosen ones are deeply connected to divine truth, and their very presence begins to dismantle falsehoods. They don't even have to actively expose anyone. The universe takes care of it for them. Those who attempt to slander, deceive, or backstab a chosen one often find that their own masks start to slip and fall away. What they've been doing in the shadows, whether it's betrayal, infidelity, corruption, or calculated manipulation, starts becoming glaringly visible to others, sometimes in the most unexpected and dramatic ways. Secrets leak, lies unravel, and people start to see them for who they truly are. The chosen one doesn't need to utter a single word. Their energy vibrates at a frequency that cannot coexist with deception. That energy triggers a universal unveiling, revealing what was once carefully hidden behind disarming smiles and sweet words. This isn't just a matter of coincidence. The spiritual law at play. The deeper the betrayal, the louder the truth echoes. And once the universe has begun unveiling secrets, there's absolutely no stopping it. The lesson here is simple. You can't pretend or play games around divine energy. Eventually, all falsehoods will come to light. 3. Their energy will be drained. Chosen ones possess a brilliant inner light, a divine frequency that naturally attracts people. Many are drawn to them because they radiate peace, strength, and authenticity. But while some come seeking genuine healing, others come with ulterior motives, hoping to exploit the chosen one's energy for their own selfish gain. However, what these individuals fail to understand is that the energy of a chosen one is fiercely protected. It's not something that can be stolen without facing significant consequences. When someone tries to manipulate or harm a chosen one with the intention of draining their light, they find themselves unexpectedly depleted instead. Their own energy starts to fade away. They might experience mental fog, chronic exhaustion, emotional imbalance, or a persistent sense of heaviness in their life. It's as if their inner battery was completely drained just by standing too close to something that was too pure for their intentions. The reason for this is energetic alignment. Divine energy cannot be manipulated or absorbed by someone vibrating at a lower frequency. When such people attempt to tamper with that sacred energy, they create a spiritual imbalance that disrupts their own energy field. It's like trying to plug a damaged wire into a sacred current. It short-circuits everything. That's why messing with a chosen one never ends well from an energetic standpoint. 4. They will attract negative karma. Karma isn't just some abstract concept. It's a very real energetic law that governs the universe. Every action carries a specific frequency, and every frequency eventually returns to its source, often amplified. When someone interferes with the life, mission, or even just the peace of a chosen one, they aren't just causing isolated harm. They are initiating a karmic ripple that grows stronger with each passing moment. These ripples can manifest in countless ways. Failed business ventures, broken relationships, legal troubles, inexplicable setbacks, or intense emotional turmoil. The underlying reason is simple. Chosen ones are on divine assignments, often serving a higher purpose that extends far beyond personal gain. When someone attempts to sabotage that mission through lies, betrayal, manipulation, or outright aggression, they're not just offending the individual, they're violating universal law. The consequences might not be immediate, but they always arrive eventually, and when they do, they're rarely subtle. The karmic debt is often repaid in the areas that hit the hardest: health, finances, reputation, or peace of mind. The universe doesn't forget or overlook these transgressions, especially when they're directed toward those who are walking a path of light. This is why interfering with a chosen one can result in a spiritual backlash that completely reshapes the offender's entire life. It's not about punishment. It's about cosmic justice being delivered without bias or delay. 5. They will be haunted by guilt and regret. Even if someone appears to win after harming a chosen one, their victory will ultimately be shallow and short-lived. Deep down, their soul knows exactly what it has done. Guilt, like a persistent shadow, starts to follow them, quietly at first, and then growing louder with each passing moment. The mind might try to justify the action, but the heart will ache nonetheless. No matter how many distractions they pursue, money, relationships, attention, the emptiness will continue to linger. The chosen one, by their very nature, embodies truth and spiritual justice, and violating that presence often leaves a deep psychic scar. This scar becomes a source of relentless inner unrest. The offender might find themselves unable to truly enjoy the very things they once desperately desired. Achievements feel hollow, love feels incomplete, and peace feels utterly unreachable. That's the crushing weight of spiritual guilt. It doesn't shout. It whispers persistently, constantly reminding the soul of the profound betrayal it committed against something sacred. And the more spiritually attuned the person becomes over time, the heavier that guilt grows. Eventually, regret becomes their constant silent companion, eating away at their joy, disrupting their sleep, and planting insidious seeds of self-doubt. Because harming a chosen one isn't just a betrayal against a person. It's a profound betrayal against light, truth, and the divine path itself. That kind of wound leaves a permanent mark. 6. They will miss their blessings.
Beautiful.
The greatest irony of messing with a chosen one is that the offender often ruins the very blessing that was specifically sent to help them. Many people fail to recognize that the chosen one who entered their life wasn't just another ordinary person. They were a divine opportunity in disguise. Perhaps it was someone who offered unconditional love, unwavering guidance, steadfast support, or profound healing during a particularly difficult time. These are incredibly rare connections, and when they're damaged through betrayal, neglect, or abuse, the spiritual door that they opened quietly closes. What follows is stagnation, confusion, and a subtle but persistent sense of something profoundly missing. The offender might move on to meet new people and chase new goals, but nothing will ever quite compare to what they lost. That connection was more than just emotional. It was deeply energetic. It carried divine favor, unwavering protection, and boundless abundance. And when they pushed that presence away, they unknowingly blocked the blessings that were specifically meant to flow through that very connection. The flow of divine opportunities grinds to a halt, synchronicities dry up, and life starts to feel like a constant uphill battle. The spiritual energy that once uplifted them is now gone. And until they acknowledge their mistake and actively seek redemption,
Such a shame.
they remain outside the stream of divine grace,
withered
forever
by a
yearning for
truth.
something they can't quite name but once undeniably had. 7.
Lie.
Their life will be spiritually blocked. When someone interferes with a chosen one's path, they don't just cause temporary damage. They accumulate significant spiritual debt. This debt doesn't just affect their mind or their emotions. It seeps into every single aspect of their life. Suddenly, they start to feel utterly stuck. No matter how hard they try, nothing seems to move forward. Relationships falter and crumble. Career paths feel hopelessly blocked. Spiritual practices yield absolutely no fruit. Even their prayers might start to feel like they're hitting an invisible ceiling. That's because the universe has initiated a form of spiritual quarantine. Those who oppose a chosen one are not punished out of anger or spite, but rather out of divine protection. It's as if the universe erects invisible barriers, ensuring that no forward motion occurs until that person confronts the harm they've caused. Every step they take feels like walking through thick mud. Every door they knock on remains firmly shut. The light they once basked in now feels distant and cold. Until they acknowledge their misdeeds, sincerely seek forgiveness, and make peace with the divine energy they disrupted, their life will continue to spiral endlessly in circles. It's not just coincidence, it's direct consequence. The universe never forgets when someone obstructs a soul who has been chosen for a specific mission. Until amends are made, spiritual progress remains stalled, and the soul wanders aimlessly, lost in its own self-made fog. 8. They will lose their influence. When people try to mess with chosen ones, whether it's to control them, silence their powerful voice, or dim their radiant light, they often end up sabotaging themselves in the process. The irony is unmistakable. In attempting to suppress someone who is destined to shine brightly, they ultimately lose their own power and influence. Followers waver, support dwindles, credibility falters, and respect simply fades away. Energy is cyclical by nature, and negative attempts to block a chosen one are like trying to cover the sun with your bare hand. Utterly impossible and completely futile. The brighter the chosen one shines, the more obvious it becomes who is truly powerful. Those who try to diminish them end up fading into the background, forgotten and increasingly irrelevant. It's a fundamental law of nature. Light cannot be contained or controlled, and those who try will only lose the battle in the end. 9. They will be forced to learn a lesson. Every harmful action carries its own set of consequences, and the universe never lets these critical lessons slide. Those who interfere with chosen ones are ultimately forced to face their own reckoning. This lesson may take time to fully manifest, sometimes months, sometimes even years, but it always inevitably arrives. Life humbles them, breaking down their inflated ego and their false sense of control. When the dust finally settles, they often look back and realize the full truth. They tangled with someone who was specifically sent to uplift, heal, or help them grow in some profound way. The pain they inflicted returns, transformed into invaluable wisdom. This challenging process, though undeniably difficult, is absolutely necessary for their own awakening. It serves as a powerful reminder that the universe always balances itself, ensuring that no harm done to a chosen one goes unnoticed or unaddressed. This is the Chosen Seer channel. If you resonate as a chosen one, you don't need to seek revenge. You don't need to fight back. Simply walk confidently in your truth. Stay aligned with your purpose, and let the universe handle the rest. Divine protection surrounds you always. And if someone has hurt you, betrayed you, or consistently underestimated you, they will see in due time exactly who they were dealing with. Comment 11 to 11 below if you feel this message was specifically intended for you. You are seen, you are chosen, and you are absolutely not alone. Thank you for watching.
Receive this gift, speaker of the elements. I hear you, fire. I command you, water.